100 DMs a day. That's the common misinformation that's being spread around whole YouTube. I'm actually guilty of doing the same myself. The common belief is that it's all a numbers game. The more DMs you send, the more clients you'll end up closing. But that is the exact opposite of what happens. What actually happens is you're burning through 700 leads per week, while the best successful freelancers, web designers, editors, you name it, are running through a 50 lead prospect list and making upwards of $4,000 every single month just by having it organized and knowing the importance of following up, because following up is where the money is. I had some clients actually ghost me for some time, but after consistent following with the right technique and using this table that I'm going to show you around the middle of the video, I was able to get responses and actually able to sign some of the clients. So this is going to be exactly how we're going to achieve that, and I'm going to be giving you the table as well. I'm going to be linking it in the bio. So without no further ado, let's jump on to this one. So here we're going to be seeing how you're going to be able to land your first client, because we know that basically everybody's spreading some information. So you better listen up to this one, because this is how I did it. And since you can't confirm the other guys, just believe me, and I can guarantee that this is going to get you more replies within a week, and even get you your first client within the first month of you trying this. So the agenda is going to be recon, where we're going to actually be finding and locating the ideal customers and clients, and then we're going to the actual outreach, how we're going to format the text, how we're going to lead up to them actually taking us out of the message requests and seeing the message, to actually following up if they don't get back to us as soon as possible. So what I'm about to achieve with you is actually being able to not DM 100 people a day, because I tried that and I won't lie, it's burning through leads. You could be doing a lot better with less leads but with quality outreach than having to DM 100 people and just burning out, and from those 700 in a week, not even one getting back to you, And we inevitably want to get those high ticket customers, and this is the best way to get them, because once you strike the pain point, they'll know that this guy knows what he's talking about and actually is here to help me and benefit me. And when you come off as an expert, they tend to be more willing to pay for your actual services. And this is what we are bound to reach. This is called compound, where we start DMing 50 leads, 50 high quality leads per week, and the first week will be off, it won't be as good, but the second week, that's when it leads up. It's like a snowball effect. The guys from the first week just see the message the next week, and you contacted some people that week, and then the next week, those 2 other weeks, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's like a snowball effect. The more it grows, the more it grows. I don't know if that's how the saying goes, but this is also about to be who we're going to be targeting exactly, and by doing this, it will help us be able to not DM the wrong people and have us on red, and have us being in the vacant spot that is the message requests, because when you're there, it's like worthless. You're sending 700 DMs, but if all of them are landing on the message requests, it's close to impossible for you to get a lead or get on top of them like that. You have to be like super lucky to get actually a comeback response if you're on the message request or the hidden request. It's just luck. So removing that luck factor and actually zoning in with what actually works, it's more practical to you for you to find the business owners. Not that you can't contact businesses. You can contact businesses, but try to contact one of the leading departments, some of the people that are working on your actual department that you want to fit in, usually the CEO, the business manager, or something like that. And it will be easier to get in contact and actually have your work be seen because you're talking to somebody. You're not sending it over to the page. When you send it to a page, usually people don't check their DMs that way. Some of them just don't. You see, like a plumber, a carpenter, or something like that, they won't be checking their phone 24/7. They'll actually be doing their job. So try DMing the person actually on the personal page. It's more probable they go in more frequently because that's where they chat with family and stuff like that. And there are a lot of people that frequent certain social media, but we won't be going that deep into that now. I'm just going to be showing you the right way to contact them on Instagram. So what better way to show you than jumping in directly and showing you gathering some recon so we can actually fill up our prospect list. So here we are on Google. This is where we're going to start our recon. What I will do is, if you check one of my recent videos, you'll see why this code pops up here. I think it's magic, but if you watch the video, you'll know. But what happens here is we have the niche, and we're tailoring it to Manchester in the UK. What happens is, something I'm going to be quite honest with you with, is if you check recently, most people just target the same place. So hear this secret, man. Don't be targeting states that much. There's a whole lot of business owners and entrepreneurs all around the world. So try branching out into other countries. Just try, man. You'll find luck in Canada, you'll find luck in Nigeria. Just try, and I guarantee, if you're not contacting always the same people, your odds will increase exponentially. So when we search, as you can see, we can find a whole lot of pages here that are all tailored to Instagram and that are from Manchester. So let's just open some pages right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that will be enough. So first things first, what we want to do is we want to get most information as possible. First things first, let's fill in the prospect list. Checking here on the list, on the table actually, we have here certain slots we have to fill in that are crucial, because here is where we're going to have the main information, where we're going to be able to follow up with them and actually be able to keep in touch and know what we have to contact, what options we have, what social medias we have. Like here, for example, I provide graphic design, no, not graphic, website design, meta ads, managing and creating and all that stuff, edits for YouTube, short form content. So here I actually put in the service of which I contacted, but I noticed that I jumped a whole lot. So let me start from the name. Here we have the name. We'll actually put the name, and just so it's not boring, I'll be doing it as I explained, just so you understand with practice. So first things first, the name. If we have a second name, it would be cool. I think we could find it on our website, but let's just put it this here, like this. Now we put in our country, that's the UK, and here we have our job title. We can copy it here. Contact information. I don't think she has her number here, but I think here on her link tree might have something interesting. Yep, don't think so. Don't think so. So we'll jump that one. Social media. So first things first, we found her on Instagram. But the thing is, you want to search each social media. You want to search Instagram, you want to search Facebook, you want to search YouTube, TikTok, every social media you guys feel can work with. That's a clear win. That's cool. At least here, I think I would be giving her a website design because she's using a link tree. But let me show you where we what we input here on handle. You know, that's going to be the direct link. So when you're on her website or when you're here, you don't need to like physically search her name. That will just drain your ideas. You can just click here and go directly to her website. So here, if I were to contact her, if I were to message her, I would be putting in like contacted on, and here there's WhatsApp, there's email, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So I would be putting Instagram because yeah, that's what I would do. And here I would basically put the service, as I was saying earlier. I didn't see if she has Meta or not. So here is basically when we contact the person. So since we haven't contacted them yet, we can put here not contacted. Here, what I sent, nothing. And this is self-explanatory because the status is still not read, and because I didn't contact, because there's a probability of me actually sending it, contacting them, and still it's not read. So it's important to have here the status and having here like showed interest. This is 1 week ago. This is progress from 1 week ago, so it's working. Actually, it's actually working. So this is the basic overall recon I do for my pages or for getting leads. And the next and most important part, now let's talk about outreach. We actually have a lot to dive in here because this is the middle part and also important, but it is important as a whole. So let's go from the blueprint. I won't be able to give you a script right here because I noticed from my last videos you guys really like the script, and most of y'all are telling me like, bro, it's not working, what's happening? And I know why it's not working, because a lot of people are using it. Just check the video. If you check, it's not much, it's like 200 people, but 200 people might be your actual ops. You're contacting the same people, and they might be a tiny bit faster than you in contacting them, and they're using the same way of expressing and the same script and everything. So if you want a script, just let me know personally or DM me or something, and I'll be sure to help you with more detailed interactions. And let's go here like with the first item. It would be escaping the message requests. That should be your first priority in mind. Like, independently of what you say, there's a whole lot of options, but you should be aiming with something that involves a question, that ends with a question. So you make them a question and imply that they respond. And you actually have to also lead with value. As soon as they do reply or they do come back to you or do actually acknowledge you, you have to be quick with that. You have to be quick with that deal and making them feel like, oh yeah, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Let me listen a bit more to him. And just be like a human being, a common human being. What I do is actually, I started incorporating something that most people might feel a little bit touched because of this, but listen up. Try making videos, bro. Try talking to the phone while like you're talking to the person, like you're in a video call. that will make them more probable and more accustomed to you in a way that you might actually get that video call. So try it. I guarantee that will be a game changer for you, because if you implement that and having no grammar errors, I guarantee that you'll be signing deals like it was a cakewalk. I guarantee. And if you don't, I will be in debt to you. I will shout you out personally if you prove me that you did this for 2 months and it didn't work. And next but not least is going to be following up. If they see the message, just send them the sample. Like if they see it, then they don't reply, or send a sample. Like if you want to do ads, if you want to do a website, if you want to do something, just send them. Be accustomed to doing this, because you're putting your work out there. And even me with editing, I can say that I improved a little bit, because I just did some projects, and I was just sending them to people. And now that I see them, yeah, they were kind of radish, they were a bit out of the top and all like that. But what I know now, I didn't know then when I needed to search it on YouTube and like, why isn't the audio coming out? Now I know these things, and it helps developing your skills. So when the some client actually gives you the opportunity to make a offer, or like to show your skills, you actually have skills to show. And I do think that this is one of the main methods of being able to follow up with the high success rate. And if you're following up every now and then, you're sure to be able to rack up those customers and be able to actually be in the top tier or the top considerations of working together in recent times. Because what happens is, most of the times when you contact them, you never know what situation they are in. They might be busy, they might be in a holiday or something like that, so they might not check your message. But once you do it every like 3 to 5 days, something along those lines, I will be talking about timing better a bit next. But it takes you to a step that it subconsciously to them, when they come back and they see that you left them 8 messages and one of them is a Zoom video of you going over what you can do and what you saw and what you dissected from the company, and now you want to implement something new. I guarantee that 7 times out of 10 they will consider. They will want to see more, they will want to hop on a call with you, and that will be a whole lot easier for you to close the deal. And if you want me to talk also about the interaction you might have, or you might need to be prepared to have when transitioning to a call, just let me know, because I've been thinking about making a video like that as well. But along the timing, I would say that within 3 to 5 days is the ideal time, because within 3 to 5 days you have time to actually not seem desperate, but at the same time be able to reach out and be able to stay in the top of their primary inbox where they can see you. Not top, because they usually get a lot of messages, but around the top. And respect weekends and like work hours and all those things, because you won't be sending in messages like at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. or something like that, 12 p.m. I get confused with those things a lot. But like 2 a.m., you won't be sending in texts expecting them to answer. They might be up, but they might not be focused on what you're trying to say at that time. What happens is, and this I talk from experience, what happens is, if you're targeting different countries, the most ideal thing you can do is be able to schedule the messages. And that's easy to do. You just the time you have, like if you have 30 minutes in front of the PC, just take those 30 minutes and just schedule consistently throughout each country you're targeting. If you're targeting, for example, a European country or a Asian country, just put it on a time zone coherent to theirs, where it's like 11 a.m. or 1 p.m., around those times that that are working hours, and it doesn't make you feel that desperate and look that desperate as well. And that may be the most crucial point I have to give you, because either than that, just be persistent and let me know if you found the way to use the script exactly.